What's happening, folks? And welcome to the very first Philly Sports Recap. Now, for those who don't know, I am a Philadelphia sports enthusiast. So, as Sam and I are developing our page, I'm looking forward to offering my own personal assessments of my own home teams. Definitely plan to get to every Eagles game that is played for the rest of the year. And we'll see how many of the other teams, games I can do reaction videos for. So, without further ado, I have the Washington Commanders, who we played in Week 8. And what I'll say about Washington is that in the last few years, at least under Jalen Hurts, this new regime, they play us tough. So going in, you just got to know that some teams just have your number. Their personnel matches your personnel in a kind of way where they can take advantage of it, and that just seems to be the case when we play Washington. So let's see how this game goes. Without further ado, let's jump into it. As soon as he got the football, he could hardly get upfield. It's good defense there, locking it up. The Eagles, I will say this much about our team, man. Our defensive coordinator, to me, he adjusts during the game. So, wow, right over the top. Other thing is that our secondary this year has not looked the same. Same personnel, but, they've been pressured and tested a lot more than last year. And, I'm not saying they're coming up the same way they did. So teams, I think, are challenging our secondary quite frequently. A.J. Brown with another completion, or his first completion. At least we get some points up, but we still got to finish drives. Logan Thomas is an older player, and he had a fairly good game against us. So, those are things that we got to shore up. And Dotson, he's a receiver. He's a guy who gives us fits regularly. This connection between AJ and Jalen is starting to look like something very beautiful. Goddard is just old reliable, move them chains. Got the scramble drill. Receiver knows where to go. So this combination, it's just a matter of time before defenses have to roll coverages. Yeah, see, it's a rare occurrence for Gainwell, but that's big because, I think with most teams, it changes your play call in situations based off of what you've seen. So, good job to Washington. Their defense, listen, it's always a dogfight. Right now, Howell is 15 of 16. He's only missed one. He only has one incompletion. That's the part about this game that you just find a little bit odd. A guy who struggled throughout the season can almost be perfect through almost 2 quarters. I thought it was a good move. All right, let me stop. Let me pause it right here because I'm just talking through this whole thing. My fault, y'all. So here's what I'll say. Eric Bieniemy. I like Eric Bieniemy. I thought that this was a good call to go for it on 4th down. If you watch the game, they moved the ball all the way down the field. They were moving the ball all first half. A pass play was the last thing I was thinking about. So, again, I recognize it was a good decision because you had the momentum. You were converting, and the defense wasn't really challenging you. To me, that was a degree of difficulty that you just didn't need when you just needed to get a half a yard. I just thought you had so many different options. So, poor play call in my opinion, but definitely I think the right decision to try to get that first down because again, you're trying to put the game away, and that I can accept. I wonder who he's referring to. Devontae Smith. Got to get Devontae involved in the game plan. And I think as defenses start rolling coverages, Devontae's just going to open up even more. Here we go. Devontae Smith. We got studs on both sides. And then this catch. This catch. This catch. I tell you. You know, it's unfortunate that this replay doesn't offer a replay of that catch from the other side. But if you've seen it, the dude is different and he's playing free, and you love to see it as an Eagles fan, and you just think you can only just assume what's to come, because I feel like we're watching something that's beginning to be unlocked. And like I said, when they start rolling coverages, you're going to start seeing Devontae get down, because that relationship goes back to college. So scary hours in Philadelphia. There it is. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. Come on now. Come on now. Listen, and I'll give Howell credit, man. It wasn't that he was just simply completing passes. You know, he was making throws. And that's the thing that just is, it looks weird, because you're watching. When I watch games against Washington, I don't know why they don't play well against other teams. Because if you watch this game, not only is he still have now 2 incompleted passes, or probably maybe a couple of more, but he's throwing the ball in tight windows. So I don't understand what it is that seems so off with their offense when you play the Giants and you can't move the ball at all. I don't get it. Again, having our number is one thing, but this guy is on fire. This was a good drive by these guys, man, to get in the field goal range at the end of the half. They had a penalty that moved them back 5 yards, and to still be able to convert this, you know, they were ready to play ball. Oh, bet. Okay, this version of the replay I have includes that. Got to give it to them. Washington wanted to bring the upset. They're ready to play us every time they play. Ain't no doubt about that. Now look at this. This was interesting to me. This was a 3rd down and 5. Watch what happens on the snap, because I don't understand why they dropped back in the coverage the way they did. It didn't seem to make sense in terms of the situation. You know, it's 3rd and 5, and look at how they're playing us right off the bat. But definitely check out what happens with the running back. They don't even account for him. So it was like a give me play, and I don't even understand why that happens defensively. And I think the Eagles have probably been guilty of it too. So it's sort of a general question: why would you play coverage like this on 3rd down and not account for a player when you're not bringing an extra player? Yeah, they're going to give him the 1st down, and then he breaks the tackle because he has so much room to work with. Yeah, see, DeAndre, I really want the Eagles to incorporate him in the game plan more often, just running plays in general. So we got a flag on the play. They had a hard time. Listen, AJ went off the first time we played Washington. I feel like he had 175. It may have been his the most yards he had this year. So he's a problem for Washington. No doubt about it. They know it. We know it. So what I heard throughout the week was it wasn't a clean snap, because I was curious, like, how do you even fumble in a situation like that? It happens at the exchange. That makes sense. I mean, our defense in the second half was outstanding. I mean, we gave up yardage, but we didn't give up points. Those wide receiver screens, the Eagles ran them until they were tired of them. Now, this was another great play. I just think the Eagles are playing. Let me pause this real quick because that was a 4th and 4. I think the Eagles are just playing with a different level of confidence. You see them going for plays that 4th and more than 1, where it's not just the brotherly shove. And I just think that they have a different confidence level about moving the ball. So, again, this doesn't bode well for the rest of the NFL moving forward because now you see them being a little bit more dangerous each game. I'm really looking forward to this Dallas game. And then you got this this is just, there's nothing you can do. They put 2, doesn't look at that. He just big boys them. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then the defense responds. We do play complementary football. It's a good pitch and catch. See, he's throwing the ball. They know what they want to do against this. You got to give Washington credit. They executed. They know what they wanted to do against this. They knew what worked well, and they went back to it repeatedly. And then Sam made plays. I mean, even this first down, you're just watching a guy who looks like he can play ball. So I don't understand why they struggle the way they do against other teams. I just don't understand it. I don't watch Washington play, but maybe I'll start reacting to some more of their games just so I can get a sense. Even though, they just traded 2 big players in the deadline. Again, another combination to Thomas. So I'm not sure if it makes sense for me to, take a look now because it doesn't seem like they're interested. And there you got that guy. They're making history together, and it's only just begun. The Eagles put stress on you in so many different ways. Now, this play I've seen a number of times. The Eagles run it quite regularly. That right there, that stop on the outside, and then your inside guy just goes, on a streak. What the miscommunication was, who knows? Because to me, that's all that was. There was blown coverage. Huge interception by Blankenship for a couple of reasons. One, Howe was throwing dots, so this was the first time that he had an erratic throw, and we capitalized. So it's like, again, the defense was also in tune and playing ball and ready to even, take advantage on the one miscue that happened all game. He has good awareness, man. He got his first pick against Aaron Rodgers as a rookie. So I like Reed Blankenship. And I think playing with a vet like Bayard, who we just got in the trade, I think that's going to really help his career. And the OG. I love how they just throw him out the way when they go to celebrate. You know, like he got a cheap shot on him on the OG. So shame on you for that. And then the team just kind of came down and just knocked him out of there. Celebrate with him. That was good. I like to see that. Again, look at that pass and catch. Why do they struggle? I don't know. You know what's fascinating? Now I'm rewatching this. Our defense played better, but there were still plays on the field for you all to make, for Washington to make. And just they didn't make them. That was great D right there. Whew. Way to bring it. That's our rookie. I think I think a lot of people think he's going to develop into a player. He's definitely a hard-hitting player. Now that was kind of scary for Slay. We'll see what his status is for Sunday's game against Dallas, but he seemed to leave after that play, so we'll see what happens long term with him. And look at this sack. Haason Reddick, man, he's been closing out games for us time and time again. So it's really cool to see, him step up in the guts of the game. He's game on. He's game on. He understands situation. He's a situational football player. And then you got the brotherly sweep. And here's what's cool. A lot of people were knocking the Eagles. Let me stop that real quick. A lot of people were knocking the Eagles for showing it. They saying for showing it that early, and they would have shown it against Dallas. Here's why I think it's fine to show it. One, you already had a situation where Washington stopped you and caused a turnover on a previous attempt. So that's part of what happened in this game. The other thing is that whoever you play next or play afterwards also has to prepare for that play. So if they want to put all the beef up front and just nosedive, they know they're giving up something on the perimeter. And if they are cautious and are considering what's on the perimeter, then they can't put all their beef up front. So it's a cat and mouse situation that we just offered for the very first time. Before, the Eagles are doing it with just brute force. Now there's a finesse component that can still kill you. And so it's like you really are picking your poison. This has made this play truly unstoppable. And we watch us add the pass to this. Then I think the NFL will have to reconsider any of the lobbying to take this play out of football because one team is good at it. Let me just take a moment just to vent about the whole issue around the tush push or brotherly shove. The idea that one team can use a play at such a high level that somehow it needs to be looked at by some sort of review committee to take out of the game of football is ridiculous. And now that you're seeing variations of that play, I just think that it'll hopefully allow the Eagles to perfect something that they have introduced, point blank, period. Now that right there, that play was exceptional. I'm going to go back on that one because I got to admit, man, that play right there, I did not see coming. I really don't like the prevent defense that allows teams to just move right down the field. With that said, I did not see that coming at all. Again, it just makes me wonder why Washington struggles so much when they don't play the Eagles. It's not as if the Eagles aren't playing football, but they're making incredible plays. And here's another one. Case in point. Another incredible play. Gotta tip your hat. You really do. You just sit there like, wow, you earned that. And they did. Put our hands committee in there. Devontae seals the deal. Yes, he is. Victory formation, game, set, match. Well, thank you for joining for my first reaction video here. Sorry about that, folks. Getting used to everything. My first reaction video. Hope you enjoyed it. If it's something that you would like to see again, feel free to hit the like button and comment below. At least it'll let me know that to keep putting these out. We got the Sixers game coming up this weekend against the Phoenix Suns. We just made the trade to bring in to get rid of James Harden and PJ Tucker and bring in some pieces that I think Nick Nurse could utilize and make something happen with. So stay tuned for that upcoming video. And of course, Sunday's game against the Dallas Cowboys. I look forward to, offering my own account of what I saw. So stay tuned, folks. Till next time. Peace.